Have you ever sensed something off about someone? A presence that unsettles you, not because of what they say, but because of what they don't. They smile, but it doesn't reach their eyes. They offer kindness, but it feels calculated. Evil, as the Stoics understood, is rarely loud or obvious. It's subtle, creeping into our lives through deception, manipulation, and cruelty disguised as charm. The most dangerous people aren't the ones who declare their intentions openly. They are the ones who hide in plain sight. They sit across from you at the dinner table, shake your hand in meetings, or call themselves your friend. But beneath the surface, their actions sow discord, pain, and destruction. So how do we recognize them? How do we protect ourselves without falling into paranoia? The answer lies in wisdom, seeing the world not as we wish it to be, but as it is. Marcus Aurelius warned us, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Evil people, too, reveal themselves through patterns of betrayal, cruelty, and manipulation that history has recorded time and again. Today, we strip away the illusions. We expose the subtle yet unmistakable signs of an evil person, so you can recognize them before they leave ruin in their wake. Stay with me. What you're about to learn may change how you see the people around you forever. Way 1. The charm of deception. Not all charm is innocent. Some use it as a mask, a carefully crafted illusion designed to deceive and control. The first sign of an evil person is their ability to weaponize charm, to use warmth and charisma not as an expression of kindness, but as a tool of manipulation. They know exactly what to say, how to act, and when to smile. Their charm is disarming, their words intoxicating, their presence magnetic. They make you feel seen, valued, and understood. But beneath that polished exterior lies a calculating mind, always 2 steps ahead, always plotting its next move. This is not the natural charisma of a confident leader or a kind-hearted person. This charm is strategic. It is designed to lower your guard, win your trust, and create a false sense of security. An evil person understands that the easiest way to control someone is to first make them believe they are safe. Seneca once said, "No evil propensity of the human heart is so powerful that it may not be subdued by discipline. The truly dangerous person has mastered this discipline, not to conquer their own flaws, but to perfect the art of deception. Their charm is a facade, a carefully constructed act that hides their true intentions. The danger of this charm lies in its subtlety. It often masquerades as generosity or kindness, making it difficult to recognize. But pay close attention. Does their charm appear only when they need something? Do they withdraw their warmth as soon as they get what they want? Do they make you feel special, only to discard you once your usefulness fades? Stoicism teaches that virtue is the only true good. A person of integrity remains the same, regardless of the situation. But an evil person is the opposite. Their charm is conditional, self-serving, and rooted in deception. They do not uplift others, they manipulate them. They do not seek connection, they seek control. And once their goal is achieved, their mask slips, revealing indifference, coldness, or even cruelty. This kind of charm is often paired with a deep understanding of human psychology. They know how to read people, how to detect insecurities, how to say exactly what you need to hear to gain your trust. But this is not genuine care, it is manipulation. Of course, not all charm is dangerous. Many kind and charismatic people act from a place of sincerity. But when charm is used as a weapon, when it is too perfect, too calculated, too convenient, be cautious. Epictetus warned, Appearances are of little account, but the truth is what matters. Do not be blinded by surface-level charm. Look deeper. Observe their actions, not just their words. The cracks in their facade will always reveal the truth. Way 2. The mask of empathy. Empathy is one of the greatest virtues of humanity. It allows us to connect, to share in the joys and sorrows of others, to form bonds of trust and understanding. It is the bridge between souls, the foundation of compassion. But in the hands of an evil person, empathy is not a virtue. It is a weapon. What should be a source of warmth and connection becomes a tool for deception and control. An evil person does not feel empathy the way a virtuous person does. They do not share in another's pain, nor do they experience true concern for others. Instead, they mimic it. They observe, they learn, and they perform. Their false empathy is a mask, carefully crafted to make them appear trustworthy, kind, and understanding. But behind that mask lies nothing but cold calculation. They will listen attentively, nod in the right places, offer words of comfort that seem heartfelt. They will make you feel understood, valued, even cherished. But their concern is not real. They are studying you. Every moment of vulnerability you share, every weakness you reveal, is another tool they can use against you later. They seek not to connect, but to control. They are gathering ammunition, waiting for the right moment to turn your own emotions into a weapon against you. This is what makes them so dangerous. They know that trust is built on empathy, and they exploit this knowledge to weave a web of deception. They present themselves as a safe haven, someone who gets you, someone who truly cares. But once they have gained your trust, once they have secured their position in your life, the mask begins to slip. Their interest in your struggles fades the moment they no longer serve a purpose. Their concern evaporates the instant they get what they want. And worst of all, the very fears and insecurities you once confided in them may soon be used against you. Aristotle spoke of phronesis, or practical wisdom, the ability to know the right thing to do in any given situation. A truly wise and virtuous person offers empathy because it is right, because it comes from a place of genuine care. But an evil person lacks true phronesis. Their actions are not guided by virtue, but by selfishness and malice. Their false empathy is not an act of kindness, but a calculated move, designed to manipulate and control. So how do you spot this deception before it's too late? Pay attention to the consistency of their behavior. Do they only show empathy when they need something from you? Do they quickly lose interest in your problems once they've gotten what they want? Do they use your vulnerabilities against you later on, twisting your words, exploiting your fears? True empathy is consistent. It is given freely, without expectation of return. False empathy is sporadic, self-serving, and always comes with strings attached. Another key sign lies in how they treat others. An evil person often reserves their false kindness for those they wish to manipulate. Watch how they behave when dealing with people they have no use for, those who can't offer them anything in return. Does their mask slip? Do they become indifferent, dismissive, or even cruel? A person's true nature is not revealed in how they treat those they wish to impress, but in how they treat those they believe to be beneath them. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. An evil person's soul is dyed with deceit and manipulation. And while they may try to hide it beneath a mask of empathy, their true nature cannot remain concealed forever. The cracks will begin to show. The inconsistencies will reveal themselves. And in time, if you are paying attention, you will see them for who they truly are." It is up to you to recognize the signs, to look beyond the surface, to question whether the warmth they offer is real or merely a tool for deception. Empathy is one of the most powerful forces in human nature, but in the wrong hands, it can be one of the most dangerous. Be mindful of those who wear it as a mask. Way 3. The pleasure in others' pain. There is no clearer window into a person's soul than how they respond to the suffering of others. For most, witnessing pain elicits empathy, a natural instinct to comfort and assist. But for an evil person, suffering is not something to be eyed, it is something to be savored. This is perhaps the most chilling trait of all, for it reveals the true depths of their malice. While others feel sorrow, they feel satisfaction. While others seek to heal, they seek to harm. This pleasure in others' pain is rarely obvious. An evil person knows that openly expressing such feelings would expose them, so they conceal it beneath a veil of indifference or even feigned concern. But if you watch closely, the truth will reveal itself in fleeting moments. The subtle smirk at another's misfortune, the amused glint in their eye when someone stumbles, the cruel jokes at others' expense. These are not accidental. They are glimpses of the darkness beneath the mask. Their enjoyment of suffering extends beyond physical pain. In many cases, it is psychological and emotional distress that they relish most. They take pleasure in humiliation, in eroding others' confidence, in sowing discord where harmony once existed. They do not simply observe chaos, they create it. They whisper lies, spread rumors, and manipulate situations, all while maintaining the appearance of innocence. If confronted, they will feign surprise, claiming misunderstanding, or even shifting blame onto the very people they have harmed. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche warned, "He who fights with monsters should be careful lest he thereby become a monster. And if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you." An evil person has not only gazed into the abyss, but has embraced it. They do not merely coexist with darkness, they revel in it. They thrive in an environment where suffering is currency, where power is measured in the number of people they can break, control, or destroy. But this trait does not always manifest in grand, dramatic acts. It can be found in the co-worker who takes pleasure in sabotaging others, the so-called friend who enjoys belittling those around them, the family member who thrives on guilt and manipulation. It is the person who feeds on drama, who delights in the downfall of others, who always seems happiest when someone else is struggling. Of course, not everyone who enjoys competition or conflict is evil. There is a clear difference between striving to win and taking pleasure in another's suffering. A strong competitor seeks victory. An evil person seeks to destroy. A confident person may challenge others, but they do so to push them forward, not to tear them down. The difference is intention. To protect yourself, pay attention to how people react to the pain of others. Do they appear indifferent, amused? Do they seek to escalate conflict rather than resolve it? Do they seem to gain energy from the struggles of those around them? These are not small warning signs. They are flashing red lights. The sooner you recognize them, the sooner you can distance yourself from those who carry such poison in their hearts. As Epictetus wisely observed, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." An evil person's reaction to suffering is their greatest betrayal. They may try to mask their true feelings, but in moments of unguarded reaction, their nature is laid bare. Watch carefully, and you will see them for what they truly are. Way 4. The manipulation of truth. Truth is the foundation of trust, the bedrock of relationships, and the cornerstone of justice. It is what holds the world together, giving order to chaos. But to an evil person, truth is not a principle to be upheld. It is a tool to be twisted, a weapon to be wielded. They do not seek to live in truth, but to manipulate it, bending reality itself to serve their desires. An evil person is not just a liar. A simple lie can be exposed, but their deception is far more insidious. They do not merely deny the truth, they distort it. They mix falsehoods with facts, omitting key details, exaggerating some elements while downplaying others. They craft narratives designed not to inform, but to mislead. And in doing so, they create an alternate reality, one where they are always the victim, always the hero, always in control. One of their most dangerous tactics is gaslighting. They make you question your own memory, your own perception of reality. One day they say something with absolute certainty. The next, they deny ever saying it. They dismiss your concerns as overreactions, insist that events did not happen the way you remember, and slowly erode your confidence in your own mind. If you allow it, they will make you doubt even the things you know to be true. The philosopher Plato warned of sophistry, the art of using rhetoric and deception to persuade, regardless of the truth. An evil person is a modern-day sophist, using words not to enlighten, but to control. Their goal is not to seek truth, but to reshape it, ensuring that the story always benefits them. They spread rumors, plant seeds of doubt, and create division where there was once unity. They understand that a well-placed lie, or even a carefully timed silence, can be just as powerful as the truth itself. Their manipulation of reality is subtle at first. They start small, harmless-seeming distortions, minor inconsistencies. But over time, these deceptions grow bolder. They rewrite history, not just in the stories they tell others, but in the stories they make you believe about yourself. They convince you that your instincts are wrong, that your doubts are unfounded, that you should trust them over your own mind. And if they succeed, they gain complete control. But there is a way to fight back. Pay attention to inconsistencies in their words, the contradictions in their stories. If something feels off, trust that feeling. Stoicism teaches us to seek truth, not out of stubbornness, but because truth is the path to wisdom and freedom. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed." An evil person does not seek truth. They fear it, because truth exposes them. Truth takes away their power, and that is why you must hold on to it. No matter how much they try to distort your perception, no matter how convincing their lies may seem, stay grounded in reality. Question, verify, and trust in your own reason, because the moment you stop seeking truth is the moment they win. Way 5. The disregard for consequences. Every action has a ripple effect. Most people, when making decisions, consider these ripples, how their choices will impact others, how their words and deeds will shape the world around them. But an evil person does not think this way. They do not care about the consequences of their actions. Their world revolves around one thing: themselves. This disregard for consequences is rooted in deep selfishness. They see life as a game where only their desires matter, a battlefield where the weak exist solely to be exploited. They believe they are above morality, beyond accountability, exempt from the rules that govern others. If something benefits them, they will do it, regardless of who gets hurt in the process. Philosopher Thomas Hobbes described life in a state of nature as solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. This is the world that an evil person inhabits, not because it is imposed upon them, but because they choose to live by its code. In their mind, might makes right. Strength is an excuse for cruelty. They are the predator, and everyone else is prey. This belief often leads to arrogance. An evil person convinces themselves that they are untouchable, that they can deceive, betray, and destroy without ever facing consequences. This overconfidence pushes them to take greater and greater risks, to see how far they can go. They lie without hesitation, manipulate without remorse, and hurt others without a second thought. And when confronted, they shrug it off, shift blame, or worse, take pride in the chaos they have created. But no one escapes consequences forever. Sooner or later, the weight of their actions catches up with them. People begin to see through their lies. The harm they have caused returns to them in ways they never expected. As Seneca warned, "He who has great power should use it lightly, for the more powerful the man, the heavier the weight of his responsibility." An evil person ignores this wisdom. They see power not as a responsibility, but as a license to do whatever they please. To protect yourself, observe how someone reacts when their actions come to light. Do they acknowledge their mistakes, show regret, make amends, or do they deflect, minimize, or even laugh at the harm they have caused? A lack of remorse, a refusal to take responsibility, these are clear signs of an evil person. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." An evil person chooses indifference, selfishness, chaos. But you must choose differently. Stay grounded in your own principles. Hold firm to your sense of right and wrong. And when faced with those who disregard consequences, do not be swayed by their illusions of power. In the end, reality always reclaims its due. Way 6. The exploitation of vulnerability. Vulnerability is a natural part of being human. It allows us to trust, to love, to connect with others in meaningful ways. It is not a weakness, it is the foundation of genuine relationships. But to an evil person, vulnerability is not something to be respected. It is something to be used. They do not see it as a doorway to trust, but as a weapon to manipulate. An evil person preys on the weak, the kind, the trusting. They target those who are emotionally fragile, financially desperate, or socially isolated. They take advantage of generosity, twisting kindness into obligation. They manipulate emotions, using guilt, shame, and fear as tools of control. They present themselves as protectors, helpers, even saviors. But behind their false kindness lies an ulterior motive. Everything they give comes with hidden strings attached. This kind of exploitation is often subtle, creeping into relationships over time. They may position themselves as the one with power, the one who knows best. They make others feel small, dependent, incapable of standing on their own. Their goal is not to support, but to ensnare. They want control, not through brute force, but through slow, calculated manipulation. Jean-Jacques Rousseau spoke of the noble savage, the idea that humans are born good, but are corrupted by society. An evil person is the embodiment of this corruption. They have abandoned the natural empathy that binds people together, choosing instead to exploit the very qualities that make others human. They do not see dignity in others, only opportunity. To recognize this kind of person, look at the power dynamics in your relationships. Does someone always dictate the terms? Do they make you feel guilty, ashamed, or dependent? Do they use your struggles against you, turning your trust into a trap? These are warning signs that someone is using your vulnerabilities for their own gain. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus warned, "No man is free who is not master of himself." An evil person seeks to strip others of that mastery, to keep them bound by manipulation. But true freedom comes from recognizing and resisting this exploitation, from standing firm in your own worth and refusing to be a pawn in someone else's game. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." An evil person wants to take that power from you, to make you believe you are weak, trapped, dependent. But you are not. Recognize your vulnerabilities, but do not let them be used against you. Stand strong, reclaim your power, and walk away from those who seek to exploit it. Awareness is your greatest shield. The world is not a simple battle of good versus evil, but understanding the signs of malevolence can protect you from harm. Not everyone who exhibits one or two of these traits is beyond redemption, but when you see a pattern, take it as a warning. The wisdom of the Stoics teaches us to focus on what we can control, to live with integrity, to stand firm in truth, and to never let deception shake our foundation. By recognizing these signs, you equip yourself with the power to navigate relationships with clarity and strength, free from manipulation. If this video resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Have you encountered people like this? How did you handle it? And if you found this insight valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe for more wisdom on mastering life's challenges. Stay strong, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next video.